We're watching the race for Sacramento mayor tonight. Keep in mind, Mayor Darrell Steinberg, who has held the seat since December 2016, is not running for re-election.
Dr. Flo Cofer and Assemblymember Kevin McCarty are vying for that seat. We have team coverage from both candidates' parties tonight.
We start with ABC 10's Becca Hobbecker. She's live in downtown Sacramento with Dr. Flo Cofer's campaign. Tell us how things are there so far.
Well, you know, the campaign watch party here just officially started at 8. Supporters are coming in here. You can maybe hear the music in the background, the stage. They're all getting ready for Dr. Flo to arrive probably sometime within the next hour. There's a big screen next to me where they're pulling up the Sacramento County elections results. And as you mentioned, that first tranche of results is supposed to drop at 8:15. Now, you may recall during the primary, Dr. Flo was first of 6 candidates. She won the most votes, but that wasn't apparent on election night. In fact, she was, I don't recall off the top of my head, 3rd or 4th in line. But as those mail-in ballots came in and as results dropped in the coming weeks, she slowly but surely made her way to first place. So that will be something that we're watching in the coming days, whether tonight it's clear who the next mayor of Sacramento will be, or if it will be so close that we'll have to wait for future results drops in coming days and weeks. Now, we did catch up with Dr. Flo on Monday as she cast her ballot. If she is elected, Dr. Flo will be the first Black woman mayor of Sacramento. She has not served in elected office before, but the 41-year-old does have years of experience serving on city commissions and in other public policy roles. We asked her message to voters in the final hours leading up to Election Day.
My final message to voters is that I am a public health professional who has 20 years of experience. I passed federal, state, and local policy on the side of advocacy, and I've also, had experience in management. And so we have run a positive campaign about our vision. We have had to combat lies that my opponent has told about me, including just this morning saying that I don't support Kamala Harris, which is absolutely a lie. And so it's just really frustrating. And so I think our message is that that's not how politics as usual should go down.
We followed along both mayoral candidates as they door knocked this past weekend. Now, Dr. Flo, as we mentioned, she did win the most votes in the March primary of 6 candidates. So we will be watching to see whether Cofer or McCarty is able to capture the bulk of the support of those who voted for the 3rd and 4th place candidates. Of course, Dr. Richard Pan and Steve Hansen back in March. And there are a bunch of Sacramentans who did not vote in the primary but are voting in the general election. So there are a lot of votes up for grabs is the point, and we'll be seeing whether we know tonight clearly who will be the next mayor or whether we'll have to wait for future elections drops. We're here at Tipsy Putt in Doco. That's where Dr. Flo's watch party is happening. We'll be here with live updates throughout the night, and the candidate is expected to arrive sometime within the next hour. She's supposed to address her supporters between 9 and 9:15.
Becca, well, now the music is getting going. We know that party was starting at 8 o'clock, and now it was really building momentum. We'll check back in again soon. Let's get now to ABC 10's Luke Cleary. He joins us from Midtown Sacramento with Assemblymember Kevin McCarty's campaign. Tell us about where you are and what the mood is like there.
Well, the party here is really picking up steam. They have the results up on the big board here. And here is Assemblymember McCarty. Hi, Kevin. Good to see you. Just want to ask you how you're feeling, how it feels to have so much support here, all of these supporters here tonight.
Well, it's exciting. The election's over. The ballots have been cast. It's still really early. This is barely the first quarter in a football game. And after tonight, there's going to be a couple more weeks. So, we're up to a slight lead out of the gate, but it's super, super early. Most importantly, people had a chance to vote. I'm glad that I had an opportunity to talk to voters for a year and a half. And we're looking forward to the next count in about 2 hours.
You spent much of the weekend door knocking, talking to voters one-on-one as you made your final push. I even heard you say that you talked to a gentleman who decided in that very moment, after speaking with him one-on-one, that he would vote for you. Can you talk about the value of that sort of retail politics, talking to people, knocking on doors, what that's been like as part of your campaign?
Well, every vote counts. They always say that, but it does. I mean, the primary, I got in second place by roughly 200 votes. I have a friend who ran for Congress from the legislature. He won his election by 3 votes. So today, I think I had 5 or 6 people who says, you know what, you came by today, I'm going to vote for you. So that makes a difference. So we were at it all weekend, every day, and You know, we have a long ways to go still.
Well, Assembly member, this election comes at a time when we hear from a number of voters that they're looking for change, a candidate who can represent change. There are so many daunting issues and challenges here in our city and in our state. But as someone who has been in state politics and in city politics for a decade before that, how can you present yourself as a candidate that can affect change?
Well, we'll have change. We'll have a new mayor. It's time to turn the page from one generation to the next. And, you know, Darrell Steinberg led us for 8 years. And I like to say he's looking to hand the baton to me. I'm looking to grab it, don't drop it, build upon our strengths, but also address our challenges. We have issues with housing and homelessness and public safety, our city budget, growing our economy. But my focus has always been the future. I look at my teenage girls and their generation and what Sacramento should look like a year from now, 5 years from now, and 10 years from now, and that's going to be my focus as mayor.
And just one other question, if you'll allow me. Your opponent, Dr. Flo Cofer, has said that your campaign has misrepresented some of her statements, some of her positions on things like how she would handle homelessness, her position on whether or not she would endorse Kamala Harris for president. I just would like to know if you could respond to those concerns.
No, we ran a spirited campaign, so did she. We focused on the issues, and some voters asked us the differences because they liked us both, and there were some policy differences. But, you know, the election's over. Now it's focusing on counting all these votes tonight and the weeks to come, and we're optimistic where this will take us. But more importantly, this is super early. We have a slight lead out of the gate, but we have 2 more counts tonight and a couple weeks ahead of us. So we left it all on the field, and our opponent ran a spirited campaign. Hats off to her and her team for getting out there and making this a close match.
All right. Assemblymember Kevin McCarty, thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. Assemblymember Kevin McCarty feeling good about some of those early numbers, but again, it's very early in the evening. We'll keep you posted as this night continues to develop. But for now, reporting live in downtown Sacramento, Luke Cleary, ABC 10.